My dear friend, I want you to take a deep breath and release the idea that you are behind in life. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You were not delayed. God was preparing you for this very moment. Every struggle, every detour, and every moment of waiting was shaping you, molding you, and strengthening you for what is now unfolding in your life. The universe does not make mistakes. Divine timing is always at work, and if you open your heart, you will see that everything has been happening for you, not to you. Divine timing is always perfect, even when we cannot yet see the full picture. Life often unfolds in ways that seem confusing or frustrating to us, but every experience is a carefully orchestrated step leading us to where we are meant to be. When we truly understand and embrace this, we shift from doubt to trust, from resistance to acceptance, and from impatience to peace. It is natural to want things to happen on our schedule. We set goals, we make plans, and we have expectations about when certain milestones should be reached. But when things do not go according to our timeline, we start to feel discouraged. We wonder why our desires have not manifested yet. We compare ourselves to others and assume we must have done something wrong. But the truth is, delays are not signs of failure. They are signs of divine alignment. The universe operates with precision. And what we may perceive as a setback is often a setup for something greater than we imagined. Think of a flower blooming. If you try to force a bud to open before it is ready, you will destroy it. It must go through its natural process, being nurtured by the sun, strengthened by the rain, and given time to unfold in its perfect moment. The same is true for your life. You are not behind. You are not missing out. You are in the process of becoming. We have all experienced moments where we thought something was supposed to happen at a certain time, only to realize later that the delay was actually a blessing. Perhaps you prayed for a job, but the position you wanted did not work out, only to be led to an even better opportunity. Maybe you were heartbroken over a relationship that ended, but with time, you saw that it was protecting you from something that was not aligned with your highest good. There are countless stories of people who thought they missed their chance, only to find that what was truly meant for them arrived at the perfect moment in a way they never could have planned. Divine timing is not just about waiting, it is about trusting. Trusting that what is unfolding is happening exactly as it should. Trusting that there is a higher intelligence guiding your path. When you release the need to control every detail and instead surrender to the flow of life, you make space for miracles. You allow the universe to bring you what is truly meant for you without the weight of fear and resistance. Think of all the times in your past when you worried about something not working out, only to later realize that everything resolved itself in a way that was even better than you expected. Life has a way of taking care of us when we allow it to. Our minds are limited in what we can see, but the divine knows the full journey. We might be focused on what we want right now, but the universe is preparing something far greater, something we will only recognize when we are truly ready to receive it. There is a lesson in every period of waiting. When things do not happen immediately, it is not because we are being punished. It is because there is still something we need to learn, develop, or understand. Perhaps we need to strengthen our faith. Perhaps we need to clear out old energy to make space for something new. Perhaps we need to grow into the version of ourselves that can fully appreciate the blessings that are coming. Whatever the reason, the waiting is never wasted. It is always serving a purpose. When you start to trust in divine timing, you release the burden of anxiety. You no longer feel the need to rush, force, or push things to happen. Instead, you move through life with a sense of peace, knowing that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. This does not mean that you sit back and do nothing. It means that you take inspired action while trusting the process. You do your part, and then you allow the universe to do its part. Imagine standing at the edge of a river. You can either struggle and try to swim against the current, exhausting yourself in frustration, or you can relax and allow the river to carry you forward effortlessly. The choice is always yours. When you resist, you suffer. When you trust, you flow. So the next time you feel like things are not happening fast enough, remind yourself that divine timing is always perfect. Take a deep breath and affirm, I am exactly where I need to be. Everything is unfolding for my highest good. I trust in the divine timing of my life. When you embody this trust, life begins to feel lighter. You start to notice synchronicities, small signs that remind you that you are on the right path. You no longer feel the need to chase, beg, or force anything. Instead, you move with confidence, knowing that what is truly meant for you can never be lost. Divine timing is not about luck or coincidence. It is about alignment. When you are ready, what is meant for you will arrive effortlessly. Until then, enjoy the journey. Everything is happening exactly as it should. Waiting is often the most challenging part of any journey. It can feel frustrating, lonely, or even discouraging when things do not happen as quickly as we would like. But what if the waiting is not a punishment? What if it is actually a period of deep transformation? Growth does not happen in the moments of instant gratification. It happens in the space in between, in the stillness, in the seasons where nothing seems to be moving. Every great transformation requires time. A seed does not become a tree overnight. A caterpillar does not instantly transform into a butterfly. There is a sacred process that takes place in the waiting. And it is in that space that we develop the strength, wisdom, and resilience needed to step into the next phase of our lives. Many people believe that if something is not happening right away, it means it is not meant to be. But that is not true. Often what we desire is not being denied, it is simply being prepared. There are lessons we must learn, habits we must break, and parts of ourselves we must refine before we are truly ready to receive what we are asking for. The waiting is not empty. It is filled with preparation, alignment, and unseen blessings. Think about the times in your life when you were forced to wait for something you deeply wanted. Maybe it was a job, a relationship, an opportunity, or a personal breakthrough. At the time, the delay may have felt like an obstacle, but looking back, can you see how that waiting period helped shape you? Can you see how it made you stronger, wiser, and more prepared? There is always a reason for the waiting, even if we do not see it right away. Growth in the waiting happens in many forms. Sometimes it comes through challenges that test our patience. Other times it comes through reflection, where we gain clarity on what truly matters. And often it happens through healing, when we are given the space to release old wounds, break free from limiting beliefs, and step into a higher version of ourselves. Imagine someone who is trying to manifest a dream job, but keeps facing rejection after rejection. It would be easy to feel discouraged and assume that the dream is out of reach. But what if those rejections are not setbacks, but redirections? What if each no is pushing them toward something even greater? Perhaps they need to develop certain skills, build their confidence, or gain experience in another area before stepping into their ideal role. The waiting is not a delay, it is a time of preparation. Waiting also teaches us patience, and patience is a powerful form of trust. When we learn to trust the timing of our lives, we stop forcing things to happen before they are meant to. We let go of the anxiety that comes from thinking we are running out of time. Instead of feeling stuck, we begin to feel grounded. Instead of feeling like we are missing out, we realize that everything meant for us is already on its way. One of the greatest lessons that comes from waiting is learning to be present. Too often we live in a constant state of anticipation, always thinking about what is next. We tell ourselves, I will be happy when this happens, or I will feel fulfilled when I reach that goal. but life is happening now. If we are always waiting for the next thing, we miss the beauty of where we are. Growth happens when we learn to appreciate the present moment, even when things are not moving as fast as we want them to. There is also a deep kind of surrender that comes with waiting. When we stop resisting and start embracing the process, we shift our energy. We move from frustration to acceptance, from doubt to faith. We begin to understand that just because we cannot see progress does not mean it is not happening. The most powerful transformations often occur beneath the surface where no one can see them, including ourselves. Think about the seasons of life. Winter may seem barren with trees stripped of their leaves and the earth appearing lifeless. But beneath the surface, the roots are growing stronger, preparing for spring. Just because you cannot see something happening does not mean growth is not occurring. Your waiting period is like winter. It is strengthening you, refining you, and preparing you for the next bloom in your life. So if you are in a season of waiting, do not rush it, do not resist it. Trust that growth is happening even if it is invisible. Know that you are being prepared for something greater than you can imagine. The time will come when everything will fall into place effortlessly, and when that moment arrives, you will realize that the waiting was never a delay, it was a gift. Every challenge you have faced has shaped you, strengthened you, and made you into the person you are today. It may not have felt that way in the moment. In fact, many of those challenges probably felt overwhelming, unfair, or even unbearable. But as time passes and you look back, you begin to realize that each difficulty held a lesson, a gift, and an opportunity for growth. Life does not test us to break us, it tests us to build us. Every struggle you have encountered has stretched your resilience. Every setback has pushed you to dig deeper into your strength. Every moment of doubt has been an invitation to believe in yourself, even when circumstances seem to suggest otherwise. Growth does not come from ease, it comes from overcoming. Think about a time when you faced what felt like an impossible situation. Perhaps it was heartbreak, financial difficulty, loss, or disappointment. In that moment, it may have seemed like everything was falling apart. But now, looking back, can you see how it changed you? Can you see the ways it forced you to grow, to adapt, and to rise above? Even if you would not have chosen that experience, it gave you something, a lesson, a new perspective, a strength you did not know you had. Challenges are not punishments. They are not signs that life is against you. They are opportunities to develop the qualities that make you unstoppable. Think of a tree that stands tall despite the strongest winds. It is not the absence of storms that makes the tree strong. It is the resistance it faces that deepens its roots. In the same way, every challenge you have encountered has deepened your own roots, giving you the stability and wisdom to withstand whatever comes next. Difficulties teach us who we are. When life is smooth and easy, we may not question ourselves. We may not push beyond our comfort zones. But in moments of struggle, we discover our true strength. We find out what we are capable of. We learn that we are far more powerful than we ever realized. Many people believe that strength comes from avoiding pain, but real strength comes from facing it. It comes from walking through the fire and emerging on the other side. It comes from choosing to keep going even when every part of you wants to give up. Strength is built in the moments when you doubt yourself but move forward anyway. It is developed when you refuse to let hardship define you and instead use it as fuel for your growth. There is power in reframing your perspective on challenges. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this teaching me?" Instead of focusing on what has been lost, focus on what can be gained. Life is not happening to you, it is happening for you. Every situation, no matter how difficult, is shaping you in ways that will serve you in the future. Think of all the great figures in history who overcame extraordinary obstacles. Their challenges did not destroy them, they built them. They turned pain into purpose, struggle into success, and obstacles into stepping stones. You have that same power. You are not defined by what you go through, you are defined by how you rise from it. One of the greatest strengths you can develop is the ability to trust that no matter what happens, you will be okay. Life is unpredictable. It will bring moments of joy and moments of hardship. But when you learn to see challenges as opportunities, you stop fearing them. You begin to understand that every difficult moment is temporary, but the strength you gain from it lasts forever. It is important to acknowledge that strength does not mean being unaffected by hardship. It does not mean pretending that pain does not exist. True strength is allowing yourself to feel, to process, and then to rise. It is understanding that even when life feels heavy, you have the ability to carry it. And if ever you feel like you cannot, remember that every past challenge you have faced prepared you for this moment. You have already overcome so much. You have already proven to yourself time and time again that you are resilient. You are stronger than you think. The challenges you have faced were not meant to destroy you. They were meant to awaken the power within you. They were meant to teach you patience, resilience, and the ability to stand tall in the face of adversity. They were meant to prepare you for all the greatness that is still ahead. So the next time you face a challenge, remind yourself, this is not the end. This is the beginning of a new level of strength, wisdom, and transformation. Every challenge has strengthened you, and because of that, you are unstoppable. Life has a way of unfolding in ways we never expected. Sometimes things seem to fall into place effortlessly, while at other times it feels like nothing is going according to plan. In those moments of uncertainty, it is easy to question the path ahead. We wonder if we are making the right choices, if we are moving in the right direction, or if we have somehow lost our way. But the truth is, the path that unfolds before you is always leading you exactly where you need to be. Even when it does not make sense, even when it feels uncertain, there is a greater plan at work, one that is always guiding you toward your highest good. Trusting the path does not mean that you will always understand it. It does not mean that you will always have clarity or that things will happen exactly as you envision. Trusting the path means surrendering to the journey, knowing that every step, even the difficult ones, is part of a larger picture that is still being revealed. There are times when life will redirect you, and in the moment it may feel like a setback. A job you wanted may not work out. A relationship you believed in may come to an end. An opportunity you were counting on may fall through. But what if those detours were not rejections? What if they were protections? What if they were redirections towards something even greater than what you had imagined? The path unfolding before you is not meant to harm you. It is meant to shape you, to prepare you, and to lead you toward the experiences that will bring you the greatest fulfillment. One of the biggest obstacles to trusting the path is our desire for control. We want to know exactly how things will turn out. We want guarantees before we take the next step. But life does not work that way. Growth happens in the uncertainty. Strength is built in the moments when we take a step forward, even when we cannot see the whole staircase. Think about a time in your life when something did not go the way you had planned, but in hindsight, it turned out to be a blessing. Perhaps you lost a job only to find one that was even better suited for you. Maybe a relationship ended, but it led you to discover a deeper love within yourself. There are countless moments where what seemed like a disappointment at the time was actually an opening for something even greater. When you trust the path, you begin to see life through a new lens. You stop resisting change and start embracing it. You stop clinging to what is familiar and open yourself to new possibilities. You begin to understand that every experience, good or bad, is shaping you into the person you are meant to become. It is important to remember that trusting the path does not mean passively waiting for life to happen. It means showing up every day with faith, taking inspired action, and believing that each step is bringing you closer to where you are meant to be. It means listening to your intuition, following the signs, and having the courage to take leaps, even when you do not have all the answers. There will be moments of doubt, there will be times when you feel lost, but during those times, remind yourself that life has never failed to guide you. Even in your most difficult moments, you have always found a way forward. The same will be true now. You are not lost, you are being led. When you let go of the need to control everything, you make space for miracles to unfold. You allow life to surprise you in ways you never expected. You open yourself to the magic of possibilities that exist beyond what you can currently see. Trusting the path means understanding that what is meant for you will never miss you, and what is not meant for you will fall away, no matter how much you try to hold on to it. So take a deep breath. Release the worry, the doubt, and the fear. Trust that the path unfolding before you is leading you exactly where you are meant to be. Even if it does not make sense now, one day you will look back and understand why everything had to happen the way it did. You will see that every challenge, every delay, and every unexpected turn was a necessary part of your journey. You are exactly where you need to be. Trust the path, it is leading you home. Right now, in this very moment, you are exactly where you need to be. You may not feel like it. You may be questioning why things are unfolding the way they are. You may feel stuck, uncertain, or even lost. But the truth is, every step of your journey has led you to this point, and this moment, right now, is a necessary part of your growth, your healing, and your evolution. It is easy to believe that happiness, success, or fulfillment exists somewhere in the future. We tell ourselves that once we achieve a certain goal, find the right relationship, or reach a specific milestone, then we will finally feel complete. But in doing so, we fail to see the beauty of where we are. We overlook the lessons, the transformations, and the experiences that are shaping us in this very moment. You are not behind. You have not missed your opportunity. You have not taken the wrong path. Everything in your life is unfolding in divine timing, even if it does not yet make sense. Every challenge you have faced, every decision you have made, every joy and every heartbreak has played a role in bringing you to where you are now. And where you are now is exactly where you need to be. Often we resist the present because it does not match the image we had in our minds. We compare our journey to others, wondering why we are not further along or why things have not happened the way we planned. But comparison is an illusion. No two paths are the same. Your journey is uniquely yours, and it is unfolding in ways that are perfect for you, even if you do not yet see the full picture. When you learn to accept where you are, you begin to find peace. You stop resisting the present and start embracing it. You start to trust that even the difficult moments are part of something greater. You realize that you are not meant to rush through life, constantly chasing the next thing. Instead, you are meant to fully experience each step of your journey, knowing that every season has its purpose. Think about a time in your life when you wished for something to happen faster. Maybe you wanted a relationship to work out, a career opportunity to appear, or a situation to change. But in hindsight, you can probably see why things unfolded the way they did. Maybe the delay protected you. Maybe it gave you time to grow, to heal, or to prepare for something better. Life always knows what it is doing, even when we do not understand it in the moment. Every season of your life has value. The moments of struggle teach you resilience. The moments of uncertainty teach you trust. The moments of waiting teach you patience. And the moments of success teach you gratitude. Nothing is wasted. Every experience is shaping you into the person you are meant to become. Instead of focusing on where you think you should be, try shifting your perspective to see the purpose in where you are. What lessons are you learning? What strengths are you developing? What opportunities are available to you right now that you may have overlooked? When you begin to see the present as a gift rather than an obstacle, everything changes. You do not need to have all the answers. You do not need to know exactly where life is leading you. All you need to do is trust that you are on the right path. Even if you cannot see the destination, even if the road is unclear, trust that you are being guided. You are exactly where you need to be. Let go of the need to control every outcome. Release the idea that you should be further along. Embrace this moment exactly as it is, knowing that it is leading you to something greater. The more you surrender to the present, the more peace you will find. So take a deep breath and remind yourself you are enough just as you are. You are growing, learning, and evolving in ways you may not even realize. Everything you have been through has prepared you for what is ahead, and what is ahead is more beautiful than you can imagine. Trust yourself, trust the journey, and most of all, trust that you are exactly where you need to be. You have spent so much of your life giving. Your energy, your love, your time, your effort. You have poured yourself into relationships, into dreams, into responsibilities, always striving, always doing, always working towards something more. And yet, there comes a moment when life gently whispers to you, now is the time to receive. Receiving is an act of faith. It is a declaration that you are worthy, that you are enough, that you do not have to struggle endlessly to prove yourself. So often we are conditioned to believe that we must work tirelessly before we can allow ourselves to receive the blessings meant for us. But life is not just about effort. It is also about alignment. And right now, in this moment, you are being invited to open your heart and receive what is already making its way to you. Receiving does not mean you are weak. It does not mean you are selfish. It means you are finally allowing the goodness of life to flow toward you without resistance, without guilt, and without the belief that you must first earn it. The truth is you are always worthy. The love, the abundance, the peace, the joy you desire, it has always been available to you. But to receive it, you must first believe you deserve it. How often do you block your own blessings by thinking you are not ready? How many times have you told yourself that once you reach a certain point, once you achieve a certain goal, once you become better, then you will allow yourself to receive? But the universe does not operate on conditions. It does not say you must be perfect before I bless you. It simply asks you to open your hands, to open your heart, and to trust that what is meant for you is already finding its way. Look at nature. A tree does not question whether it deserves the sunlight or the rain. A river does not resist the flow of water. The seasons do not hesitate in their natural rhythm. Everything in life is designed to receive with ease, without doubt, without hesitation. And you too are part of this divine flow. When you begin to receive, you shift from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance. You stop believing that life is something you have to chase, and you start realizing that life is something that comes to you when you are open to it. The opportunities, the right people, the breakthroughs, all of these things have been waiting for you to stop resisting and start allowing. But to receive, you must release. Release the need to control every outcome. Release the fear that tells you you are not enough. Release the doubts that whisper, it's not possible for me. These are the barriers that keep you from stepping into the fullness of what life has to offer. Now is the time to receive. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, not when you think you have done enough. Right now, in this very moment, you can choose to receive love, to receive peace, to receive guidance, to receive support. It has been waiting for you all along. Receiving requires trust. Trust that you do not have to force things into place. Trust that what is meant for you will not pass you by. Trust that life is not against you, it is for you. And as you trust, you begin to notice how much has been available to you all along. The opportunities you thought were out of reach suddenly appear. The love you thought you had to beg for shows up freely. The clarity you were searching for arrives with ease. Take a deep breath and imagine just for a moment what it would feel like to receive fully, to let life support you, to know that you are taken care of, to embrace the blessings coming your way without fear, without guilt, without hesitation. That feeling, that lightness, that peace, that is what awaits you when you allow yourself to receive. You have given so much. You have done the work. You have shown up for others, for your dreams, for your responsibilities. Now it is time to show up for yourself, to allow life to pour back into you, to open your heart and say, I am ready. I am worthy. I receive. And as you do, you will see that life responds. The more you allow, the more you receive. The more you believe you are worthy, the more abundance flows to you. The more you trust, the more life reveals its magic. So let go of resistance. Let go of doubt. Let go of the old belief that you must fight for every good thing. Instead, step into the energy of receiving. Let life bless you. Let love find you. Let success flow to you. Let peace fill you. Now is the time. Right here, right now. Open your heart, open your hands, and receive.